Hello, I'm your host, Sterling McKinley, and you are watching the Binge-Worthy Branding Podcast, where we teach you how to live the business that attracts a cult-like following and builds customer loyalty. Tonight, we're talking about a very important topic, and that topic is the personalization economy. And that's what we're in right now. Things have to be personal. So let's get into it. First, let's start off with my suit. So, I hope you like my suit I'm wearing tonight. Is a pink suit. I got it this summer, last summer actually, and one of my favorite things to wear. But this suit is special. Why? Because this suit is not like any other suit. I got customized. I got my special lining. My name's inside. But most importantly, the suit is tailored to fit my body, the shoulders, the waist, the pants, and so on. It's not one size fits all. And that's what I think your business has to be. The days of being one size fits all are over. You have to make sure that your content, that your company, your product, your services, your branding is all tailored to fit your potential customers or clients. And I think once again, our cell phones have a lot to do with that. I believe our cell phones are driving personalization more and more. Why? Because our phones, man, the things make us narcissistic. They're all about us. Our alarms, our pictures, our videos, our notifications, they're all about what we need and what we want to do. And I think that's training your customers. They want your business in many ways to act like your cell phone. What does that mean? To be always on, to be all about them, and to always be available. So I think now we have things on our side because let's face it, if you have a decent sized business, it's hard to offer customized and tailored solutions for all your customers. But now we're living in a time where there's so much technology. There's a system like HubSpot, there's a system like Salesforce and so on that can take your marketing and make it personal. And that's really key. You have to offer that tailored, that customized look and feel. So in my book, it examines several brands. It examines Starbucks, Amazon, and also Netflix. So let's take into example Starbucks. Starbucks does something that's very simple. So when you come into their cafe, you order your coffee. Now they use the right names on each of the cups. Now it's all computer generated, but they use to write your name on a cup. And think about that. The action of taking a pen out and writing on a cup is so simple and basic, but it was highly personal, and no other company did that. And that made you feel like they knew you. And when you went to Starbucks, guess what? The barista, they knew your name. They asked about your kids, asked about your job. They remembered your order, what you liked the most. And they made that for you with a story. And people want that. People want that personal touch. I say a lot, people are tired of the Walmart effect, in a sense, the big box effect, where everything is one size fits all. No, people want it to have themselves catered to. They want you to tailor your marketing, your branding. So even if you have a standard product, standard solution, and service, you need to tell that to match your individual customers or to match the vertical that you're targeting. That is so important because at the end of the day, it's all about standing out. You don't want to be the same. You don't want to blend in. You don't want to be like everybody else. I think the only way to stand out in the future is to stand out. And not only that, but be personal. Be highly personal. That's gonna stand out. So I'll take myself again. My thing is I wear suits. I have suits for every day. I have red suits, I have blue suits, burgundy, I have pinstripes, everything. That's my thing. And I use those suits to brand myself. Because let me tell you, I've been online for years now, doing videos since way back in 2009, doing videos. And for years, I blended in. I was in the background. But the moment I began to brand myself, that I began to be on camera more, having on a collar shirt, having on a suit jacket, it branded me. And people saw me more and more. So it's now to the point if I go to an event, people will know me and say, "Hey, you're that guy that's always wearing the suits." And I say, "Yeah, that's me." Why? Because that's a part of my branding. I want to be different. So um, that's another topic. But I think your personal branding and your branding overall is so important. Why? Because it makes you different. And that's so important because now, because of cell phones, because of Google, for the first time in history, your customer has at their hands access to every company in the world. They can hit a button, they can call a number, they can hit another button, they can get GPS directions to locations. So right now, your company's against up against more competition than ever. And now, because of technology, the world is smaller. So you're competing against a company that's in Wisconsin, a company that's in Maine, a company that's in Alaska, a company that's in Europe. So once again, even now on that worldwide scale of having so much competition, you have to stand out and be personal. I give an example of TV. Have you ever watched Geico commercials or now any insurance company? Because let's face it, insurance is pretty boring. But if you watch the Geico, you watch Liberty Mutual, you watch Farmers, boom, 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 we are farmers. Everybody now is trying to seem funny. They're using ducks, they're using characters, they're using llamas, all this crazy stuff that has nothing to do with the service. Why? Because they're trying to stand out. Now, personally, it doesn't attract me because if you're doing my insurance company, I don't want you to laugh. I want you to be a serious company, but they're doing that. They're trying to be funny. Why? Because they're trying to stand out from all the insurance companies out there. And they think that being funny, being comical is one way to do that. And that's true. But I believe there's other ways to brand yourself, not only be relying on comedy or jokes, but by doing your job well, by offering a great service, to tailoring your service to your customers and to your clients. There was a stat that I read years ago that every day we're exposed to about 30,000 ads. And now with cell phones and now with the internet, with streaming devices and TVs, it's probably more now. But think about that. Every day, your customer is being bombarded with over 30,000 advertisements. And some of these ads we're not even seeing. When you drive down the road, you're blocking out the signs on the store. You're blocking out, if you're on the interstate, you're blocking out the billboards. On the radio, listen to it, but you're ignoring the commercials. On YouTube, guess what? As soon as that one, two, three is up, you're skipping the commercial and getting back to the content. Why? Because as consumers, we're tired of commercials. There is commercial fatigue right now. People are tuning out commercials. Why? Because companies are doing it too much. Companies know if they invest money in TV, radio, print, other mediums, that it's going to work. But at the same time, what I believe is it's creating this barrier in a sense to advertisements. So people don't want to be sold to it anymore. And that's why if you are doing ads, you have to do it so many times to stand out. But I believe one of the best ways to stand out, one of the low cost ways is to be different. I think what companies aren't doing now is really finding out what makes them different. Find out what makes you different, unique, and lead from that. And not only what makes you different and unique, but find out what you do and how it complements whatever problem that your customer is having. Because at the end of the day, that's the whole point of marketing, of branding. You know, I have a, as a customer have a problem, and you as a business owner have a solution. So at the end of the day, I want to figure out how you can solve that issue, that problem for me, and offer the best solution, sometimes at the best cost, and also at the fastest as well. So once again, it's so important to have that personalization because you're up against so many companies, so many verticals, startup. The only way you will stand out is to be personal. And once again, I believe a lot of big brands do that. Amazon does a great job. One thing you may know about Amazon or other sites is every time you come back to the site, the homepage is different. Why? Because the site is learning what you bought before, what you saw before, and it's showing things that you may like to buy based on what? Your past shopping history. And I'll keep that again, based on your past history. So once again, we're thinking about being personal. We don't have to guess anymore. Because of technology, we can look at the past, behaviors, viewing, eating, whatever behaviors of our customers, and now build content experiences around that. Once again, that's simple but so powerful. Last week I talked about Netflix and how when they make shows, it's based off data. They look at the past viewing history of customers, they find similarities between those viewers, and they create shows around that. And that's why the shows do well. So, once again, you don't have to guess what your customer likes. If you've been in business before, you can do research. You can look at shopping and buying habits, and you can tailor your service to that customer. The next level is to have all your marketing customized, but even if you customize for a vertical that is so strong, I said this last time, but we're taught in business and marketing to get everybody. But no, you don't want to target everybody. You want to target a small group of people, a very niche population. And what do we do? You want to gear, you want to make sure your product, your service, your offering speaks to that group. Why? Because that's how you're going to grow. That's how you're going to find traction. Why? Not from being a general company, a general business, but being different, being tailor made. And once again, I believe the pandemic also has really heightened this level now because before the pandemic, we used our phones, but now you can order food on your phone. You can order groceries, everything. My wife, she does it. Target, Instacart, Amazon, all through our phone. So once again, I believe now, two, brands that have great customer service, and three, brands that are easy to do business with. And that's the stage we're in now, I believe, because of the pandemic, other factors as far as technology. We're in this stage now where people want things to be easy and they're gravitating more and more to those things that are easy to do, easy to use. So, once again, being personal is key. And I close on this. Also, I think personalizing your branding, it's the way you build customer loyalty. Because let's take Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is one of the only places that calls you by your name every single time. They don't miss. How many restaurants, fast food or not, do you go in and do they ask your name? Even if you go to a sit-down restaurant, most times the waitress doesn't ask what's your name. They tell you their name, but they don't say hi. What's your name? Think about what that creates in your customer's mind. Wow, that person took the time to ask me what was my name, to ask me how was my day going. And guess what? That kind of service, that kind of personalization, that kind of conversation is going to bring me back to your business again and again. Why? Because you saw me, you recognize me, you know my story. And once again, that builds a bond, that builds a community that I want to come back to. Why? Because you see me and then you know me. So, in closing, I'll just say it again, being personal is so important. I believe right now we're competing on price, location, features, all that stuff is great. But at the end of the day, I believe the brands that are offering the most personalized experiences are the ones that are winning. So what can you do? Whatever industry, whatever vertical you're in, you can look at what you're doing right now. You can say, hey, are our services tailored to our customers? Are we giving them what they want? Are we relieving their pain points? And if not, make that change. Everything about your brand has to be tailored to your customers. It's not okay to have one size marketing, one size branding anymore. That's those days are past. To thrive now and also in this future economy, your brand has to be personal. You have to use all the tools we have now, from CRM systems to CMS systems to your websites to databases, social media apps, email. All these tools you're using to do what? Not only to brand and market your company, but do it in a way that's personal. So once again, I hope you enjoyed everything I said. Once again, this is the Binge-Worthy Podcast, where we teach you how to build a brand that attracts customers, because it's all about that. If you want to learn more, my book is on Amazon. It's called Binge-Worthy Branding. It's full of tips and advice on how you can really build a brand that has a cult like following and builds that loyalty, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And this book is simple. This book is not huge. It's 100 and maybe 20 pages, but it's not speaking about technology. It's speaking about, if you want to say, brand soft skills, really how to understand, really about how to focus on your customers. So, saying all that, I'm going to end. Once again, this is the Binge Worthy Branding Podcast. And every Tuesday at 5 p.m., we're on here talking about branding, talking about sales, and talking about ways that you can make your brand more in line with your customers. So, thanks again for your time. And we'll see you back here on next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Take care. Bye.